Hello, it's Sheila, the Grateful Goddess, and it has been a long time since I've been here. I wanted to give you a little update on why that is, and give you something that has really, truly inspired me in hopes of inspiring you. So, first off, why have I not been here for a month? Many of you know that I do acro yoga, and for those who don't know what acro yoga is, it is basically doing some flippy kinds of yoga on top of somebody else's feet. And so in doing so, I was dropped quite harshly on the top of my head, and I have a concussion, which is why I'm also not looking at you, although the sun is on the screen, so I don't really see the screen anyway, so it is okay. But anyway, I'm avoiding all screens, which means computers and phone and TV, and it's been a very interesting thing because it's gone on longer than I would have expected it to, my recovery. And yet I am recovering. My osteopath says that things are coming along just fine, and my neck and my back are back to being quite fluid. My tailbone is recovering, but the headache and the blurred vision continues. So it is intended to continue for probably another month, and so I may not be here much. However, for those of you who know me, you know I am always looking at the blessings in everything. And so, absolutely, this comes with a lot of blessings. And just this last week, I had a talk at Canyon Ranch, as I frequently do, at least once a month. And I couldn't remember my own gratitude poem. So it's overflow with gratitude and wonder at all the little things that bless your life. And soon you will awaken to the realization that nothing in life is a little thing. And so as I reflect on that and how is my life being blessed by this concussion? So first off, it's that I'm doing a lot of meditating and resting and restoring and giving my body what it needs. I'm always telling you that you should listen to your body and how beneficial all these things are. And yet I get it. We can oftentimes not put our own needs as priorities. So that definitely is that I have no choice but to make my body a priority in my recovery. So that's one. It's also given me time during this sort of really contentious time in which you can feel so much division in our world and so much just a lack of unity. We're living in a very divisive time, from pandemic issues of mask wearers and non-mask wearers, and political season with, I've never felt this amount of difference between people. And you know that differences are what get in our way of feeling connected and united, and yet when we meet people face to face and connect with them, we can find our similarities rather than just blankly look at the us versus them. So not only am I pulled away from screens that can rile me up and take me out of that sense of connectedness to all of humanity, I can also give myself more vision of the world that I want to see. Now, this is not the first time I've talked about this, about our need to visualize a whole new world and how differently it can look. So here's the really, really big, I think sometimes, like even when it came to health, and I was talking about how they say that the problem is people, with the pandemic, is the problem is some people are asymptomatic. And I'm saying they're not the problem, they're the solution to be studied. How can we learn from those people who can get the virus and not even know that they have it so that it can be applied to more people? You know, looking at things from a solution-based rather than problem-based. So, during this time of more meditation, more visualization, more podcast listening, more audible listening, I have come across a book that I am so in love with, and it's called Cassandra Speaks by Elizabeth Lesser. And I am telling you, it is like just balm for the soul. And there is a part of it in which she describes situations in which I could see the whole new world. I could see the vision for the change that we are looking for in our world, in humanity, in creating more connectedness, more equality, more equity, more inclusion. And the story, one of many stories that she tells in it, is about a woman, Antoinette Tuff. And Antoinette Tuff was the bookkeeper of an Atlanta elementary school. And maybe you are familiar with her story, but I hadn't heard it, and it is so inspiring. A gunman with an AK-47 came into the school with the intention of all the mass shootings that we have heard about, that we really want to see a change in, right? Like, could we agree on that level of gun control that we do not need AK-47s being... Okay, I won't go down there. Anyway, the story that I want to share, the inspiration, the vision for how different things could be, is that Antoinette was in this room with this gunman, and she just talked to him. She connected with him. She provided him empathy. She told him that he was not alone, that he did not need to go through with this, that she could help him, that she was going through hard times too, and that everybody goes through hard times, and that when you come to realize that our difficulties don't isolate us and make us different, but that they can connect us. She had opportunity to escape the room a few different times during her time with him, and she chose not to. Instead, she chose to stay with him and just show empathy. And that when she was able to calm him down and let him feel heard and understood, she then walked him out with her arms around him so that the SWAT team didn't gun him down, but that he was able to move into the mental health that he needed. And that is my vision for the world, that we don't continue to answer violence with violence, but that we can learn a whole new way. We can learn a way of disarming violence with compassion and understanding. And that is my vision for our whole new world. And I hope you join me on that vision. Thanks for listening.